And so now here we are back in Jeff's shed, and I see my frame and tank have been banished to the outer shed here. So let's go inside and see what's been going on. And sure enough, here's my engine, or rather the cases of my engine, on the workbench. By the way, the barrels are still off being rebored, so they've not come back yet, but hopefully they'll be back in a few days' time. It looks like Jeff's finally finished machining this in a plate for the Outrigger bearing, and he's also been busy making one for his Unitrack project. This is this one here, and this one's he's already made a start on this flange, which will bolt to the inner side here. Let me just see that. So that one's for his engine, this is for mine. It'll be quite similar, but obviously not quite the same. And that will be flanged, that'll go in there, it'll be bolted down. You can see where we've got some bolt marks there where it's going to go, and yeah, it'll hold a nice big fat bearing to help support the output shaft for the gearbox. Yes, that's all in hand. Oh, and another part that just arrived, this time from China, is this bearing. It's a special bearing, it's a double row bearing, sealed of course, TRS spec, and that's the bearing that the Outrigger support shaft will sit in and rotate in to help support the gearbox obviously. Now that will sit on the outer plate, around about here somewhere. Now I'm just looking around for the outer plate so I can show you, but I cannot find it anywhere. But when Jeff comes back from making some tea for us all, we'll go through that in some more detail. Now I did have some slight concern about buying these things from China because they're so cheap. A similar bearing from the likes of SKF, they're about £16 from a UK supplier. Whereas these, because I got two of them, 1, 2, both the same, they were £10, including postage, because I get Amazon Prime, I get free delivery. So you think, bloody hell, are these things going to be okay? Are they going to wear out really quickly? Are they going to fail in use? But I thought I'll give it a go, because these kind of bearings are made on a mass-produced basis. They're made on, no doubt, some big multi-million-pound production line. So hopefully they should be pretty decent shape. Right, so Jeff's back from his tea break, and I found the outer bearing support plate.
Oh, that?
Yeah, I was looking for that. And what's missing, Jeff, is a bearing to go in it. And here we have the bearings, all the way from China. So let's look at that.
Open one?
Yeah, open one, yeah.
Free of the coronavirus, are they?
Well, we'll see, we'll see.
Well,
yeah,
if I drop dead next week, then we'll know that something's
gone awry.
Gone wrong, yeah.
Yeah. Now, these are Chinese bearings, which isn't always a sign of a good quality bearing, but I thought, because they're going to go in this plate here, which is on the outside of the bike, if they do fail early, then it's not the end of the world, is it? We'll just fit a new one.
Oh, that is a fraction. I think that was done just to work.
That should be.
I think what we just need to do is, what we want to do is make sure that that presses into the cap, and then that's just a nice
snug fit.
You know, like just say a very, very light snug mallet push fit.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, yeah.
Hang on, let me just zoom back.
Then we can make.
Let me come back a bit, and we're a bit too close here.
It's just started to go in there.
There you go, it's better. Yeah, so I was a bit wary about buying them from China, but the reason I did, Jeff, was because an SKF bearing of that style, which is a double row 2RS bearing, £16 online from the UK. These here, because I got two, I got one for you, one for me, because you need one for your Unitrack project.
I do actually need a third. But
okay, I'll have to wait. So this is from, God knows where it's from, I don't know, the Yun Precise Bearings Company, Z.
Wutan.
Oh, yeah, well I hope not. It might be, but I can't read Chinese, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
That's a joke.
Yeah. So anyway, a pair from China, including postage. Guess how much?
£3.
£10.
Oh, 10. Yeah.
So it's like comparing 32 to 10.
A fiver each. That is.
Say, because it's going to sit on the outside of the bike, I wouldn't have used a cheap bearing on an inside of an engine, like the internals on a crank or something. But I thought it's worth the risk, because if it fails, well, it's easy enough to replace. And
I think for what that's doing, it should be okay. It's more than enough. A double rower.
Okay. Yeah. So with that, then now let's think about what's going to go on top of that. Have you got anything we can see?
Well, we've got the cap. I've just got to...
Okay, let's look at that.
Well, it's where that other bearing was.
Okay, we'll go over there and have a look.
Grab one of them discs.
Okay. Disc here?
Yeah.
So it's just a start of a cap anyway.
Well, what I need to do is obviously bore that out.
Yep.
And then it's going to have a little step in it, and then we're going to press that bearing in probably 3/4 of the way ish.
Yes.
So that then what's remaining is the
Level with that.
Is so once it's in, it's flush with the inside, or
yes,
give or take.
And that bearing will then carry an outrigger effectively.
Yeah. That will be drilled, and then that will be pushed in there.
Yep.
Ring of bolts round there.
Yep.
And
bish bosh bish.
Yeah.
Done.
But what I need to do is it's nice when you set up. It's nice to do all of them in one go rather than back in two.
Next question is: have we got? I know you said last time I was here that you had an old, used front sprocket that's going to get used, and we said, yeah, we can use that for the time being. But I want to know what particular model it's from because I don't know.
I've got the sprocket in there, but I'm not sure what model. It could be Z1000.
Okay.
Z1000.
Let's go and get it.
Go and get the sprocket.
We're going to get it out of the shed, and we can see how it all goes together. Okay, so there's that sprocket, and as you can see, it's got a little bit of a. Well, I don't know, it's not quite what I expected, really.
It's not dish. That's a standard. It's possibly standard J or B1 or B2.
Yeah, I was told that a ZZR 1100 is the one to use because they're offset. But this one,
they're 530.
Yeah,
which is what we're going to go. That's a 630.
Okay, sprocket. Yeah, well, so I can't use that.
I think for what we're doing, it's better to go to 530 chain.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to go 630. 630. But the point is, this is pretty flat, and the ones we want are offset so that it's got a hollow here or a sort of recess that the shaft can sit into before it projects out.
It might not be enough.
Might be enough.
We don't know.
Don't know.
What we might have to do is buy one of them pilot bore sprockets.
Oh right, okay. And one over there.
And we could machine that off.
Yeah.
Bore the sprocket, press that in.
Yeah.
And the only trouble is on a road bike, it may then need going, and just at least if we can get the teeth on it hardened or something.
Well, as I say, I'm pretty sure if I've been reading the Z101 Club website, and they do say there are various options. I have found one. In fact, there are quite a few online. There's also one for sale on Z Power, but they're like 65 quid for an offset sprocket, which I thought was a bit excessive. So still need to do a bit more work about that. Anyway, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. In the meantime, you can now make these caps. You've got to do three, I believe.
Carry on, yeah. I can,
and then
I can bore that out anyway, even though we've not got a bearing. I can set them all up and do them all.
Okay, good. Okay, so what's next apart from drinking tea?
Well, like I say, I've got to set these cases up on here.
Okay, yeah. Now we're back to.
These are your cases.
Oh, these are my cases, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And what we need to do is, because two of the outrigger stubs are basically where they've got to go, they're more or less in line, or we can't. The only place we can get them is there and there.
Right.
We can't go inside. We can't drill and thread that because of the gear system inside, which you can see there.
You've scooped out.
So the only other nearest place, that one was too low. I think we'd cut the plate and we couldn't get it there.
Yep.
So basically what we need to do is put an 8mm thread in the cases.
Yep.
So that basically once that's bolted on, then the spacer and the stud go straight through.
So right now it's a 6mm. It's a 6mm hole right now.
It's 6, yeah.
You'll take it out to 10, to 8 rather. Okay.
What we need,
Yeah, you spin it around a wee bit.
Well, if we tip it up like that.
Okay.
Basically, it's that hole there,
which
I think has a dowel on it. So it's it's that one. Yeah. That one and that one there.
Okay.
Which has got plenty. It's plenty deep enough.
Yeah, it's got some meat on it.
It's well.
It won't crack.
What we'll probably end up doing there is just take the tapping drill straight through.
Yeah.
And just put an 8mm thread right through. We'll just have to make sure that when we screw it in, that whatever we screw in doesn't protrude.
Yes. Oh yeah. Yeah.
into the gearbox area.
No, don't do that. Okay.
So it's easy work, but what I need to do now is I've had to put the pair together. I've got to clamp that on the drill. That's a nice flat face.
Yeah.
And I've got to position them where I can actually then drill and thread in situ.
Yes.
Because if you get them out, the threads will be going and spacers will be going everywhere.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that's progress to date, and we'll come back next week, or maybe end this week. It's now the first week of February. Time's flying by. Whether we'll get this damn thing finished for the summer, who knows? But we'll try.
Well, we'll
see. Okay, so with that, we'll drink some more tea and I'll come back next week. Okay, so here we are back in Jeff's shed on a very windy day, Jeff. Quite cold as well, actually. And I see you've been busy making the...
Extremely busy, yeah, doing our little...
Outrigger.
Yeah, we've done 3 of them.
3 of them, yeah. That was mine, actually, because it's got the Oberon slave on it. So, and there's yours. Is that for the Unitrack, or...?
This is for that, well...
Oh, that's for the future project. That's for the...
Possibly.
The bike that has no name. The bike that should not be mentioned.
May or may not be.
The bike we shouldn't mention. Okay, so we'll forget about that. I see you've got a slave there for it as well, or is that a slave for...
That's, yeah, a ZXR 750 one.
Yeah, which is what that is.
Seized, that's damaged.
Yeah, okay, but which is what mine is, except mine's a brand new one from Oberon.
Yeah.
And then this one here, next to it, is that one for the Unitrack?
That actually is for
that's that one.
Yeah.
That's for the future projects that we can't mention.
The Unitrack one's behind you.
Okay, let me go find it. Oh yeah, there it is.
That's a Unitrack one. I did
That's that one
draw
there.
some... I want to put some grooves in it.
Yeah, I know you do. You love your ball milling.
I love it. Breaks it up, but some people don't like it.
I don't like it. I think it's very sort of 80s for me.
70s and 80s.
Yeah,
just...
I know you like it.
You know,
I know. Well, you do your bit. I'll leave mine unmolested if you don't mind. Yeah, so that's fine. You got these Chinese bearings are in place now.
That's got a Chinese one in it.
Right, so is that one?
No, yours has.
Yes.
That has.
Yes.
But that one there, funnily enough, is an old one.
Oh, it's an old one.
Or it was found in a box at Lister's.
Oh, right.
But
it happened to be the same size.
The problem is with it, I noticed some of the bearing metal is breaking away off the edge. I've just used it for setting up.
Jeff, I got 2 of them for 10 quid. Do you want me to get you 2 more?
Oh, no.
I'll get you 2 more for 10 quid.
Well,
and then you're done then, aren't you? For 10 quid, you can't argue that.
Get a couple. But all I used that for, obviously, I needed to sit it on there so I could get them in the spot and then mark the holes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how many do you want? 2, 3, 4, 5, 10?
I only need 1.
All right. Well, it's easy to get 2 actually. Just get 2 for
2
for tenner.
Just chuck it in the bearing box.
Yeah, it's got to go. Well, it's coming all the way from China, so it makes sense to order at least 2 of them anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'll get you that sorted out.
That's all right for setting up if you're ever setting up or doing anything and you're not worried about getting.
So, and I see also if we look further afield, further over there, they're the inner
That's
plates.
the inner one. That's the inner one for the comp bike.
Right. So for the comp bike, which is I call the spares bike.
The spares bike. Sorry.
Okay, we can't talk about that now because this is about my Z, not about the spares bike. So
we'll leave that.
Leave that one for now. What's the one next to it for?
That is just a spare.
A spare.
Because when I make, I just use one for setting up.
Yours make more than one.
I make one for setting up and getting
So where's the one for my Z then?
It's there.
Oh, it's there.
Yeah.
Here. Untouched by human hands since last week. So that's that one.
That's that.
And it'll end up looking a bit like the one.
Well,
there.
But all we need to do with this is put a seal in it.
Yes.
They're not going to have the outrigger bit on.
You're not having the bearing in there.
They're not having a. Well, there's not. There's not enough room.
Well, it's not a drag bike anyway.
Yeah.
So. Okay, so it's a seal.
So it'll. You know.
Okay.
It doesn't. So what we need to do is to obviously we've got to get that is bored to the same as the original plate.
Yes.
So hopefully a standard seal will just press in there.
Yes. And have we got a standard seal? Have we got to go and get one?
There will be one in a case, but
yeah, I want to get a new one.
Get a brand new. It's
get a new
better
one.
off putting a new one in it.
Okay.
I'll need one for the GP side as well.
We'll get you 2.
Yeah.
Have we got the standoffs now sorted out?
The which?
The standoffs. I see you got 2 there that you've made.
Oh, that's all. Yeah, it's all.
That's all done. So can we kind of put it all together just to see how it looks on the bench? That would be cool.
There's a tiny little scrap.
Oh, don't worry, we'll sort that out. Okay, so you've now put it all together, Jeff. Let's show it to our viewer. Just turn it around a little bit so we can see it from both sides. If you twist it round, look at that, looking cool.
We've got to get the seal in.
And the seal there. Yeah, we're just seeing that also that we need to make maybe a chain guard that goes on the inside, a little bit of curved steel or aluminium that we can bolt to it.
To be honest, what we might be able to do is maybe just do it in steel.
Yeah.
We could fold it, weld a couple of little tabs on it, and then even just if it's black, just paint it black or something.
Well, I mean, it makes sense that it's stainless rather than mild steel because it won't rust, will it? I mean, anyway, I'll cross that bridge when I come to it.
Well, whatever.
Okay, now if you go back looking at this thing, if you spin it round so we can see the back of it, you can see the work you did on machining out the.
Well, we've got that clear.
The gaps for the gear change mechanism.
They will actually go into the crankcases, which will be. We've got to modify the threads to 6 mils. Yeah, we've got to go to 8.
Yeah.
We've cleared out what we need for the gear drum
Yeah.
and the selector arm, but there's still a bit more to.
Oh, you want to do a bit more yet?
What I need actually now is a gasket to rest on, so I need to set these up and mill out.
It's okay. I'm going to buy
about
a full set anyway soon. So
wants to go about 5 mil deep.
All right. Okay.
You know, to just click. There's a few odds and sods behind, and I need to. I'm going to have to set it up on the rotary table, but just mill it so it's a basic shape.
Yeah.
Because you'll to try and get it to follow everything perfect. Unless you've got a CNC and you program it.
Okay, well, that's pretty nice. Right, so we need to get a gasket set then for the engine, which I need to do anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I could do with seeing a gasket for here.
All right, well, I'm going to buy a full set soon. It's about 75 quid, I think, for a complete engine gasket set, so that's what I need to do next.
But when I come to mill these out, I do them all, well, not when I say I do them all together, one after the other.
Yes, yeah.
So,
it makes sense.
You know, if you set up on the mill with your cutter, you don't want to be taking the table off and back into it over the...
No, I appreciate that.
All of them you'll try and do at the same time.
Okie doke. Right, so are you pretty happy with that? I mean, it looks pretty good to me.
Well, you know...
I mean, we're just talking actually about what...
It'll look nice with some grooves in it.
Oh, no, don't make it all groovy. I hate grooves. We're not making it all groovy. I can drill some holes in it as well. Let's make it all... No.
That's 60s.
I know, that's what I prefer.
Putting holes in it?
No. And also we're talking about... do we leave it polished, satin finished? Do we anodise it? Do we powder coat it, paint it, engrave it? I don't know. And right now I don't know. I'm sort of leaning on actually having it hard anodised because it's a very tough finish. But it kind of depends on what finish I do for the rest of the engine.
You can show that little... have you got it in there?
What's that?
That little stainless steel. There is one made. Is it in there? Oh, there it is. Without bearing. I've got to press that in.
Okay, what's that, Jeff?
That's...
Is that
in the original case, what you got, the gear shaft would just go through aluminium and they used to wear away.
Yeah, and rattle them out.
What we're doing with this, we're pressing that into there,
bearing there,
and we've got a tiny little a bearing, so the gear shift
should be nice and smooth. And it won't wear as well, which is another thing.
And it's going to be. It means you won't get all that bloody flop and wear.
Yeah. Sounds good to me.
So that's ready to press in there, and but obviously until we've finished the work on the plate, we don't want to
do that. Yeah,
put that in.
It'll take me an hour.
Yeah. So
to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Excellent.
So we've got the bearings and stuff for them.
Yes.
I've got to make another 3 of them though.
Oh well. Not for me. I just want one.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. So let me just drink some more tea and then we'll talk about something else. Now here we are back in the workshop again, and I see the Outrigger's now pretty much done.
That is ready now. I mean, I've got to do some milling on them, but
on the inside still. That's pretty much as it was last week, I think.
They can all be put on once the engine's in. It's not going to be a problem to do that.
Now, talking about the engine, you might notice there's something missing from my frame, which is the engine. The block is still out being rebored. I've not got it back yet, but it's due. I'm promised it anyway this week. And the rest of it, the cases, the cam cover, and the sump and so on. That's currently sitting in the back of my car because I need to take it to a place in St Helens to get it vapor blasted. But I've just not had time yet, so that'll have to wait. But you have been busy because you've been doing a little bit of welding on the frame, and I see you've now welded on the 2 mounts.
I've tacked them at the side. What I need to do is just give them a clean and because they had all studding and stuff in while I was tacking them on.
Yeah.
So, but I've got to finish doing this tube round here.
Yeah, you put a brace in there.
And then we're putting some tubes across here.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Plus, I want the yolks in. I've got to make.
There's the yolks.
I just need to bolt, even if I just make some spacers and bolt them in.
Yeah.
So what I need to do is just so they'll turn, and then I can work out. I don't want.
We also need to put the lock stops on as well.
Yeah, well that's what I was going to do. I didn't know whether to actually keep them lock stop things there.
Chop them off and
that can come
put it on the front. Yeah.
But
put it on the
what
front.
we might have to do is just put them in, and then weld like a little tab there.
Yes, that's the way
to do that.
I'd rather do that.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. What else is going on? Well, that
needs sorting as well.
Oh yeah, stem.
And I can't get that in that lathe.
All right, we'll sort something out.
So
let me know. And
we've got a top nut for that, but what we need to do is put a thread in that and screw something in, and then we can.
Would it not be easier if I find a stem for something else, like maybe for a Z650 or Z1000?
I've got some, but they're too long.
Yeah.
That is the ideal length, but I've got 2 of them that I've nothing wrong with. But they're about an inch. they're
too long, yeah.
Very,
yeah.
Way
well,
too
we'll have a
long.
look on eBay. We see if we can find one for a Z1000 or a Z.
I'm not sure exactly what model
650.
that is.
Okay. I'll find somewhere. I'll find something.
But you don't want to be paying. I mean,
A stem ain't gonna go. It's not going to be that expensive, I don't think, Jeff.
well, no, you're buying a yoke, and they might charge you bloody.
No, I'll just buy a bloody.
for a yoke.
Oh well, we'll sort
Unless
some out.
Dave Marsden's got some. In fact, well,
I'll have that. Yeah, I'll ask at Z-Power next time I go.
the only thing is you need to take that, and it needs to be the same length as that.
Yeah.
You know where the bearings sit.
Yeah, okay.
See where the bearings sit.
Well, I won't be going to Z-Power for a
No.
while, but we'll sort something out.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So pretty much then.
I mean, that one is repair. I mean, we can.
Yeah,
it
don't
can
worry.
be sorted, but
Yeah. No, I'll try and source a decent one. So I guess
the only one I had that would have done that.
you've already
It
used.
fits the spares bike.
Oh well. Okay. Well, we won't take that one. We won't take that one.
Because the headstock's the same Kawasaki one.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Yeah. But that is a standard Kawasaki Z650
Yeah.
headstock, so I'll look for a Z650
I think it's the
front
same,
end. Yeah, we'll find somewhere. We'll find it.
Check on that. I'm sure that it's the same length. as
No, don't
that.
worry about it. Doesn't bother me, Jeff. I'll just go and buy a new one.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
So that's a Z headstock, but I'm not sure where it off. Dave Marsden give it us on a
Yeah,
frame. It
yeah.
could.
Okay.
I think it has a 650 frame or.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So
750.
for this week, then I'm pretty much finished. I need to go home now. Go and see the dog. You're going to carry on, as you say, doing a bit more welding on the frame, particularly the back end, because that needs sorting out and the bracing and so
I
on.
can work these brackets out, but what I want to do is work out what tank brackets to
Yes.
support this.
Yeah.
And for that, I need to get the yokes on and at least
Look at the
turn
clearances.
them,
Yeah, yeah.
and then I know how far
You can go.
I can
yeah.
come. So
Yeah.
my next job really is to get these yokes on,
Yeah.
so that they'll just turn
Yeah.
and they're in virtually within a half.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. The where they need to be.
with a couple of little. As long as I can put them in and turn them, and we know exactly where
Okay.
they're going.
Okay.
But like you say, plus we need to put something in like a stanchion so that we know it's not going to
Hit the side of
hit
the
the
tank.
tank. Yeah, so that's the next
Okay.
job.
Okay. Good stuff. And with that, Jeff, I'll have to go because I'm late as it is. So I think we'll call it quits for this week, and I'll come back in a week or so, and we'll check out progress on this project and also all the different things we're working on right now. So with that,
Bye.
thanks for watching,
Goodbye.
and cheers.